Hello and welcome everyone. In this video, we will learn the concept of process of socialization. Through this presentation, I would like to discuss on the topic of process of socialization. The agenda of today's presentation is going to revolve around introduction and meaning, its definition, factors affecting the process of socialization, and agents of socialization. So let's begin this video. So first is introduction. When we say socialization, what does it mean? Let's understand. Socialization of an individual is the fundamental aim of life. While sociology is the main exponent of socialization, education is one of the active agencies which promote the process of socialization. In common conversation, socialization means a tendency of being like others. It is a process by which the individual learns to conform to the norms of the group ethics and practices, to engage in interaction and to behave socially in an acceptable manner. Yes, socialization is the process in which an individual learns to live in a society. He learns the values, basic values of the society. And since man has always been a social animal, so he cannot live alone or in isolation. He has to live in a group because for fulfillment of his biological and social necessities. So yes, socialization is the, we can say, the basic aim of life. Now coming to the next slide, that is, this is the branch mapping of socialization, where the different elements, sub elements are attached or are joined with the central topic, that is the socialization. The other topics, subtopics are types of socialization. Socialization institution provides the knowledge of skills. Socialization contributed to the development of personality, helps to enact different roles, helps to become disciplined. Now in this slide, we will be exactly knowing the meaning of socialization in more detail. So yes, a human cannot live alone or in isolation. He is compelled by his biological and social necessities to live in a group or society. As we just discussed that it's a basic necessity of human being to live in a social group or in society. In the interaction with the member of the society, he cannot, without it he cannot live. So it is actually the basic or the fundamental need of, we can say, a fundamental need of a human being, like fooding, clothing. Likewise, living in a group, living in a society is the basic need. Socialization is the process of interaction among the members of the society, through which the young learn the values of the society and also its ways of doing and thinking that are considered to be right and proper. So yes, socialization is the process of interaction among the members of the society. It is the way of communicating, way of living together with the having a circle of people, or the people or members of the society. So it is very, very important for a human being to be socialized first. Now coming to the definition of by scholars. So Bogadis, he is a very well-known scholar, and he says that socialism is the process whereby person learn to behave dependently together for human welfare, and doing so experience social control, social responsibility, and balanced personality. Yes, the key word here is that he lives together, to behave dependently together for human welfare. Yes, the reason is not only socialization promotes the human welfare, but also it is important for human being to have a balanced personality, and for that socialization is one of the important factor. Now coming to the next definition given by Cook. Socialism is the process as a result of which children take on themselves the various social roles, social learning, and developmental tasks. What Rose says, let's see. Socialism is the development of we feeling in associates and growth in their capacity and will to act together. Socialism, the definition given by the Drever: socialism is a process by which the individual is adapted by his social environment by attaining social conformity and becomes a recognized and cooperating or efficient member of it. Yes, here the motto is to become a cooperating efficient member of the society. So yes, socialization is nothing, it is a way of uh, being a member, especially cooperating efficient member of the society, and it is for the welfare of the human beings, because socialization eventually brings the mutual harmony and cooperation. So it is a very basic requirement of life, of basically human life, to be a socialization. It is the actually this is the difference between human life or human and animal, that socialization brings the cooperation, mutual harmony also, and it is for the human welfare and development. So coming to the next slide, it is also about the definition by scholars. So Guskin says socialization is process by which an individual learns the behavior, the values and the expectation of others that enable him to take on particular role in society. Having Hurst and Newgarten, socialization is the process by which the children learns the ways of their society and make those ways part of their personality. And McClever says socialization and individualization are the two sides of the single process. Now Lindbergh says socialization is the process of interaction through which the individual learns the habits, skills, beliefs and standard of judgment required for effective participation in social groups, collectively called socialization. Coming to the next slide, this is the types of socialization. Socialization can be divided into two broad types. First is natural socialization and second is planned socialization. So what is natural socialization? It occurs when infants and youngsters explore, play and discover the social world around them. And the second is planned socialization. It occurs when other people take actions designed to teach or train others. Yes, so natural socialization, as the name suggests, it means that it is socialization happening naturally. Here the basically the kids, he go outside, play with his playmates and he get acquainted with the environment and surrounding, and there he come into the socialization process, because he makes new friend circle. So this way it is the natural socialization. So we can say the planned socialization occurs in a planned way, where the socialization is not happening in a natural way. Now, coming to the process of socialization, there are 5 stages of socialization as shown below. During each stage, the individual and the group evaluate each other, which lead to an increase or decrease in commitment to socialization. Now, there are 5 broad stages which happens or which takes place in socialization. The first one is investigation, second is the socialization, third is the maintenance, fourth is re-socialization and the fifth is the remembrance. Now this goes from step 1 to step 5 in this way, from investigation to remembrance. Let's see one by one what are these. Now we will be seeing the stages of process of socialization in more detail. So first is the investigation. So this stage is marked by a cautious search for information. The individual compares group in order to determine which one will fulfill their needs, while the group estimates the value of the potential member. Now second is socialization. Now that is the individual has moved from prospective member to new member, they must accept the group's culture. At this stage, the individual accepts the group norms, values and perspective. The group adapts to fit the new member's needs. The acceptance transition point is then reached and the individual becomes the full member. However, this transition can be delayed if the individual or the group reacts negatively. Then stage third comes that is maintenance. During this stage, the individual and the group negotiate what contribution is expected of members, while many members remain in this stage until the end of their membership. So here will be it is all about the exact socialization taking place, where the first individual searched for the social group, and when he become the part of that social group, how he has to accept and accept the culture and the norms and the perspective of that particular social group. And likewise the so the group also has to adapt to fit the new members need. So this goes in both the ways, and where the exact socialization or actual the socialization takes place. So this is all about the first to the third stages. Then comes the fourth stage. Now here comes stage 4, resocialization. What is resocialization? So if the divergent point is reached, the former full member takes the role of marginal member and must be resocialized. There are two possible outcomes of resocialization. Differences are resolved and the individual becomes the full member again, or the group expels the individual, or the individual decides to leave. So this stage, basically the socialization, comes after the maintenance, that is the stage third. And here the individual again is adjusting to that particular social group in which he used to be the full member. After this stage comes the stage 5, that is remembrance. In this stage, former member reminisce about their memories or the group and make sense of their recent departure. If the group reaches a consensus on their reasons for departure, conclusion about the overall experience of the group becomes the part of their group tradition. So it is all about how the socialization, exact process of a socialization takes place. So these all are from first to the fifth, shows the different stages of process of socialization, where the individual gets into the group and he gets the entry into the group, and the group also accepts that particular individual, and how he has to accept and fit into the group by following the norms and the culture and the perspective of the group. And so the group has also go through the adaptation in order to fit the individual needs. So this is all about the process of socialization. Coming to the next, okay, we will be seeing the characteristic. Coming to the characteristic of the socialization. So I have listed down some of the characteristic of socialization, which are as follows. First is socialization is a continuous and unending process. Second is socialization is visible and non-visible process. And third is socialization is a deliberate as well as an unconscious process. Fourth, a democratic approach to socialization is preferably to an autocratic approach. Socialization process aims at enabling the individual to become a worthy member of society. Socialization improves the individual as well as the society. There are several agencies and groups of socialization: the family, the peer group, the club, the media, and the school. Yes, socialization process takes place through the different agencies that are present in the society, like family, the peer, the friends, community. We learn to be the part of the society through these agencies. It can be also the media, the school, of course. So coming to the factors affecting socialization process. So like we have seen in the different stages that involved in the process of socialization, likewise we have different factors that influence the socialization. So first one, we have imitation. Imitation is a copying by an individual of the actions of another. Med defines it as self-conscious assumption of another's act or roles. Thus, when the child attempts to walk impressively like his father, swinging a stick and wearing spectacles, he is imitating. Imitation may be conscious or unconscious, spontaneous or deliberate, perceptual or ideational. Imitation is the main factor in the in process of socialization or child of the child. Through it he learns many social behavior patterns. So yes, imitation actually is nothing, is very common, as we all have seen how child imitate his parents or the person who is around him. So and he try to mimic the things, he's trying to copy the actions, whatever the action are shown to him. So this is the, we can say, the process that this is the factor that affect the socialization. How doing the by doing the imitation he comes into the process of socialization. So this is one of the factor actually uh, for catalyzing, we can say, uh, for the working of the socialization process. Now here comes suggestion. Suggestion is the process of communication resulting in the acceptance with conviction of the communicated proposition in the absence of logically adequate ground for its acceptance. Suggestion is the process of communicating information which has no logical or self-evident basis. Suggestion influences not only behavior with other but also one's own private and individual behavior. In trade, industry, politics, education, and every other field, people acquainted with psychological facts make use of suggestions to have their ideas and notions accepted by other people and to make the latter behave to their wishes. According to their wishes. There are several external and internal conditions that enhance suggestibility. Thus, temperament, intellectual ability, ignorance, inhibition, disassociation, emotional excitement, and fatigue are some of the internal conditions of suggestibility. Suggestion is actually nothing, it is just the expressing the ideas, we can say the notion that are accepted by the people. It is again the way to involve in the process of socialization. It is one of the approach, we can say, to be in to try to be accepted in the social circle or the social group through the suggestion. It is actually, we can say, communication. We can express our ideas. It is the way of expressing our ideas, our suggestion, our opinion, and through this we get ourselves into the process of socialization. So being in the society, it is also necessary that one has to convey his um, expression. He has to be in that communicative link, so in order to be interactive member of the society. So it is the socialization. Then comes the identification. So in his early age, the child cannot make any distinction between his organism and environment. Most of his actions are random. They are natural reactions of which he is not conscious. He is As he grows in age, he comes to know of the nature of things which satisfy his needs. Such things become the object of his identification. So yes, identification is nothing, it's just that how the child first, who is not able to make the differences between things like whatever he is surrounded with, but then how eventually he get into the process in that mental state when he started recognizing the thing, he started making the identification. Basically he starts identifying the things. So here this process identification again plays a very important role in the process of socialization. So here comes the language. Language is the medium of social intercourse. It is the means of cultural transmission. At first, the child utters some random syllable which have no meaning, but gradually he comes to learn his mother tongue. Therein, it has already been told that language molds the personality of individual from infancy. So yes, language is very very important for getting into the socialization process, because without knowing, without having the language, which is communicating medium. Language is nothing but a communicating medium, uh, in uh, in the form of, we can say, the words. It is, we transmit our feelings, we transmit our culture, we transmit our perspective, different perspective, through this medium, that is language, to the another person, to the another member of the society. So it is very very important to know the language, and through this language we can be the part of the social group. If a person who is a foreigner, or we can say alien of some particular ethnic group, or some particular social group, he will not easily be uh, acquainted with that, or adjust himself in that social group. So it is very very important to have the command over the language, to communicate yourself, to communicate the expression that a person have, does have. So it is one of the, we can say, one of the important and the key, or highlighted factor of socialization process. Then here comes agencies of socialization. Here first comes the family. The parents and the family are the first to socialize the child. They are not only closely related to the child, but physically also nearer to him than others. From the parents he learns his speech languages, he learns respect for persons in authority. In the family he learns a number of civic virtues. The family is rightly called the cradle of social virtue. The child gets his first lesson in cooperation, tolerance, self sacrifice, love, and affection in the family. So yeah, family has been always the, always in the grassroots, we can say, the grassroots agency of socialization. It is the part of the society to which the child comes into the attachment, or the comes into the closeness at the very beginning after getting born. And the family has always been the institution, we can say, the main institution of rearing the child. So yes, it is the family who, the family is rightly called as the cradle of the social virtues. Yes, he because of everything, the child learns from speaking to eating, to basic, every basic function, every basic steps that a child takes in his life is starts from his family. So the child gets his first lesson of cooperation and tolerance, these kind of virtues that he that instill in him, is through his family. Now the second agency is the school. The school is the second agency of socialization. In the school, the child gets his education, which molds his ideas and attitude. The good education can make a child good citizen, while a bad education can turn him into a criminal. Education is a great importance in socialization. A well planned system of education can produce a socialized person. The playmates of friends. Now, the playmates or friends are also an important agency of socialization. The relation between the child and his playmates is one of equality. It is based on cooperation and mutual understanding. They are mostly of similar age. As told above, the child acquires something from his friends and playmates which he cannot acquire from his parents. So yes, in this stage, a child learns different qualities like cooperation and mutual understanding, which is very very important for uh, encourage the socialization process, and to make the society peaceful place to live in. So in order to acquire these quality, a child needs to have the circle of playmates also, which is very important. And this stage of his life, he learns the things uh, which that child also cannot learn or acquire those quality from his parents. So this is very very important stage of his life. Fourth is the religion's ceremony. Religion has been an important factor in society. In the early society, religion provided a bond of unity. Though in the modern society, the importance of religion has diminished, yet it continues to mold our beliefs and the ways of life. In every family, some or the other religious practices are observed on some or the other occasions. The child sees his parents going to the temple and performing religious ceremonies. He listens to the religious sermons which may define his course of life and shape his ideas. Coming to the next point, that is the state. The state is an authoritarian agency. It makes the laws for the people and lays down the modes of conduct expected of them. The people have compulsorily to obey these laws. If they fail to adjust the behavior in accordance with the laws of the state, they may be punished for such failure. Thus, state also molds our behavior. So, with the agencies of socialization, it aims, and it was all about the process of socialization and different points that are related with the concept of socialization that I have discussed. So, thank you so much.